इतना सफर है कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में। इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
A very good afternoon to each and everyone who has joined us today for this webinar. Franchise India team welcomes you to Business Opportunity with Chai webinar series, where our aim is to present the brand for the day. Franchise India is a platform which is helping day in, day out all international clients to expand their business with our 70 plus offices. And we have helped thousands of investors in getting the right business solutions from our side. We welcome management team of Franchise India, Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am. During the course of the webinar, they'll be talking about different industry prospects, as well as they will give us the suggestions to take a right franchise. The brand which we are bringing for you is Pro Art Makeup Academy. Yes, it's India's most promising makeup academy. And we welcome Ms. Aarti Guha, who is talking about this brand. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, we are ready for your presentation. And first of all, congratulations for grabbing your award during Chennai show. Over to you, ma'am. But before we formally start, we would like to understand your journey.
Yeah, thank you, Archana, for a lovely introduction. Yeah, so my journey, of course, started like anyone else with a lot of passion into beauty. And it started way back, about 25 years back. And you know how the industry then was in India. But I had the opportunity to go abroad and learn it from the right people. I guess that's what has taken me so far. So that's where we always try to keep up to the standards, which is benchmarked internationally and globally. So I went to a lot of countries and learned everything from beauty, from hairdressing to beauty therapy to makeup. And we also in the salon industry. So we also have a salon range called Salon Aarti. And teaching has always been my passion. And somehow I was always known as a guru and mentor because I guess I was able to teach people with a kind of lesson plan and things like that, which was internationally drafted. And we used to be teaching beauty and hair and everything. We started Pro Art a few years back because we understood makeup industry is very different. It's a little away from the salon side. The kind of students or the kind of people who are interested in makeup is very different. They may not be the salon segment staff. Having said that, most of our students come from backgrounds that are highly professional, say from IT backgrounds, or they are doctors or engineers who have a passion. You know, India is so much open to makeup as such. That is why you have big brands like Nikon, Sephora, and MAC. And a few years back, you would have just got only of MAC and a few Indian brands. Now you see a lot of international brands, are flooding the market because there's a lot of passion with youngsters and people, awareness of makeup. Makeup is now, it has become starting from basic self-grooming to media, theater, fashion, photography. It's become a huge segment. And as a career opportunity also, it is not only the passion and interest of makeup, it is also a very lucrative career because it's a highly paid career. So should we run through the entire
Yes, ma'am.
model
Thank
and
you.
then talk about?
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your inspiring story with us. But we have a beautiful video which we would like to play for all our audience. So we'll start with the PPT, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Can you share it?
Over to you, ma'am.
Hi. So very happy and proud to introduce Pro Art Makeup Academy. Yes, as I was telling you guys, Pro Art Makeup Academy started mainly focusing as makeup as a very potential career and a lucrative career. And it's basically makeup belongs to not only the beauty and wellness segment, it also belongs to the media segment, to the fashion industry. So that's, and it's a very, it's like you're backstage and, you're also involved in the fashion and styling. You're also involved in media. So we did exclusively start Pro Art Makeup Academy. And having said that, I've got a lot of experience in training. So I am the founder and the guide for this. And basically a little bit more about me. I've also drafted the occupational standards for India because India, when started Skill India, India didn't have occupational standards. So they wanted to set some benchmarks. So I was very much involved in drafting all the occupational standards for India. So I've worked with, UKRI and EU and things like that, like doing the gap analysis and benchmarking the standards of what it should be. When I say occupational standards, okay, this is a standard you require for an occupation. So basically, when it's makeup industry, it starts basically from, your self-grooming to your bridal makeup, to your photographic industry, to your fashion, to your avant-garde, to your media, theater, now special effects, and it's wide more, okay? And that's why who else can take this forward? So we are partnered along with FranCorp to expand this model pan-India and thing. So we can go to the next one. So currently we are in Chennai. We can go to the next one. Yeah. So our makeup academy is a proper makeup school. So it's like going to school. There's a lot of internship which happens to the students when they're on floor learning, which makes it very interesting to them. So one of the pictures you see here is our students take part. It's like a very much like an international makeup academies. I don't know, you know about London School of Makeup or Cinema Makeup School, which are, you know, still one of the best schools globally. And so this is one of the shows where they took part in Pinkathon, which is a marathon show. And so we do a lot of internships. It's constantly, we have a lot of interns. We tie up with the, you know, very big fashion shows. We do the Metroscotia Fashion Week. We recently did International Fashion Awards. So the girls get an opportunity to get an industry exposure. We do this because they also get an opportunity to start networking, because most of the makeup industry needs a good networking with, you know, your stylist, your photographers, the models. During these internships, which we do on floor, they tend to make a lot of networking themselves. They learn the industry better. And we're very happy to know all our students currently. We've trained quite a lot of them and they're doing extremely well because of the platform we expose them to. Next one. So this is some more activities. This was the Cove Long show. It was a surfing show. Then we do bring external trainers. We do special effects and we conduct a lot of master classes and things like that. So these are all a part of the classroom sessions and the outdoor sessions. So it also gives a lot of brand awareness. This is also becomes our marketing activities while we also take part in a lot of these things. Next one we can go to. Yeah, so this is a part of the academy. So as I say, we do a lot of collaborations with ace photographers or with very good ones in industry. The students again collab with all these photographers to do portfolio looks, whether a female or a male model. Again, it helps them in getting on-flow experience as well as connecting with a lot of them. It gives them, in fact, some of them get paid while they are studying as well, because some of these internships also are like paid internships for them. So this is all setting aside it as a lucrative career as well as connecting them, because, you know, when students learn something, it's very important that they also know how to take it forward. So we kind of guide them to do this as well. Yeah, we could go to the next one. Yeah, so for those, we did get the Best Makeup Academy of 2021 by IFL, quite a prestigious award in Indian Fashion Awards. And that's me. It just happened last Sunday. And those are the celebrities. In fact, we know it was, this show had about 90 pageants and about 10 celebrities who are who's who. And 35 or 30 of our students did the backstage work so meticulously, and we were so much appreciated for our good work. In fact, it was because it was a pageant look, and all of them are our current students. It was their first internship, and they exhibited showcased a beautiful work. Yeah, next one we can go to. Yeah, so here we are with the business plan. So this is going to be franchisee owned and franchisee operated. So basically we're looking at the Makeup Academy just needs about 1,300 square feet. In detail, we can go through that. It just needs about 3 classrooms and a reception, a small pantry, and we also have a photo booth and a studio. And makeup is something like, you know, as a career, it will never go outdated because it's not focused on one career path. It can be a job where it is a full-time job, a part-time job, or it can, because brides, always there's a wedding happening, always fashion industry is always growing, and there's a part of the fashion industry. So the growth segment and the career opportunities are always there, and there are always more requirements. That's the reason we're planning to, you know, look at the prime locations, which is Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities. Okay. And obviously, being an academy, a couple of academies in a good place is good enough, because people will travel wherever it is, because people, wherever good education is available, they don't mind traveling. So the logistics should not really matter. So we're just looking at maybe if it's a real huge metro, maybe 2 or 3 centers. Tier 2s will probably have 1 or 2. And it's like we're taking this as a proper school, because you do get to see a lot of freelancers and or private people also showcasing, but we want to ensure this is a school, and what different it can be like going to a school. Yeah, so you can go to the next one. So ProAct Makeup Academy, obviously, with along with the Francoff, will be assisting you in the location, which is considered very potential. And obviously, all the staff will be trained. So the knowledge will be completely shared. So because we want to basically, it's not only focusing on expanding, but we are focusing on maintaining the quality throughout. Okay, so all the staff will be having a proper lesson plan, proper schedule, the presentation of the classes. So we have a complete train the trainer module, and all the head staff will be trained. We'll also have a pool of our master trainers who will be visiting in their rounds to all the other centers, because basically expertise is very important in training. So we want to maintain that expertise. So that is the biggest support we're looking at, because we want to keep the brand quality as well. So we're looking at supporting that way, and day-to-day operations, which I already said, your lesson plans and things like that, and your marketing activities, because now we have quite a good experience what works and what kind of marketing will be good. And the makeup kit, we're also tied up with major, very good professional makeup brands like Krelon and MAC, which is already supporting us with a lot of classes with their technical trainers as well, and with a good discount on products and kits, even for the student starters kits. So all that will be supported. And we also bring in a lot of external trainers of Pan India who are very popular. So the franchisee will obviously take care of the setup cost and also help us in identifying this the right site, and with suggestions, and help us with the marketing and launching activities. And initially, because you are a localite in your own place, will help us in recruitment as well. Thank you. Next one. So we already discussed this. The area we're looking at is around 1,300 square feet. It doesn't have to be a ground floor, and it doesn't, I mean, obviously, it can be even a first floor or second floor, because an academy is good enough. Because the first floor will sound plan, and it doesn't have to be a main road probably, but a by main road is also okay. If rental can be, if it's too expensive or the prime areas. And looking at it, and another thing is we already have a plan on a model on how the interiors has got to look. So all the interiors are already prefabricated mirror frames, and we also talk about, so it's a very simple thing. So a lot of, it's more like a classroom thing with just mirrors and lights, and there'll be 3 classrooms for level 1, level 2, and hairdressing. So I think the entire interior should be coming around to 26 to 27 lakhs. And because we're going to be constantly guiding you and almost running the business for you. So revenue share will be 30%, agreement will be 5 years. The initial franchise fee will be 4 lakhs. And this is one business I think you make your money quite fast with such a small investment. Because our course fees are, we range from minimal to 1 lakh, 1 lakh above. So the payback will be around 1 year, 10 months. I think it's one of the business you really get back your money quite good enough and soon. And there will be a marketing fund annum, which is almost like 50,000 a month. So it comes to around 6 lakhs per year. So once it's centralized, things will, you'll be looking at a lot of marketing activities. The next one. So we're looking at phase 1, we're looking at Bangalore, Mysore, Hyderabad. Maybe we could even think about places like Cochin. And phase 2 will be Pune, Mumbai, Coimbatore, because again, phase 1, Bangalore, because it's a lot of cosmopolitan crowd and people are so much aware of makeup as a career. and a good academy, there's still a need for it. Mysore, we can get a lot of inquiries. In fact, we get a lot of inquiries from Bangalore, Mysore, and Hyderabad. And before COVID, a lot of them even didn't mind traveling and coming in, because our courses are sometimes for 10 to 12 weeks. The diploma program didn't mind coming and staying here. Post COVID, traveling has become a little difficult. So many of them are like already there. So Bangalore, Mysore, and Hyderabad is a very, very potential area, place to open initially. And going forward again, Pune, Mumbai, and Coimbatore again being a fashion industry, Vijayawada, very upcoming industry. And we could look at other opportunities of expanding as well. Next one. Yeah, so multiple marketing activities will go, like your email blast, and currently a lot of Insta and Facebook, and obviously, exhibitions and all these things will be part of it. Lead management and all these marketing activities will be there. Hi, Sonia.
Great, thank you so much, Aarti ji, for this very quick presentation. And I would also tell friends, Aarti ji, she's a very respected personality in the industry and a very famous celebrity makeup artist, and a very decorated with prestigious awards over the years. She has invested in this industry. And I would also say she's an inspiration for every aspirational, a woman entrepreneur who wants to become like her. And through these academies, I would also say she shared with the students a very rich experience of global trends and training, which she's experienced in these last years. And so the model today that we are offering is a FOCO model, where the company would take care of the entire day-to-day operations, and the franchisee would be an investor in the business who would take care of the entire investment, which involves your initial capex and also maybe a marketing fund of 6 lakhs. And on the revenue, there's this 30% revenue share which you get on a monthly basis. So Aarti ji, before we start, maybe, just to start off with, we talked about makeup as an industry. And if you can give maybe an overall understanding how big the industry is, how big the demand is. And second, maybe a little bit on the competitive landscape today with respect to your industry.
Thank you, Sonia, for a beautiful introduction. Yeah. Having said that, I think makeup industry is the one industry which is growing really big now, because that is why you see the kind of interest towards youngsters. And that's why, as I already told you, that's why big brands like Nykaa, you tell me who is almost flooding India because of the awareness. And makeup is changing by the day. The trends are changing by the day. Looks are changing by the day. And a lot of students even take it just not for passion, because they're so interested in, it's like becoming a very creative person. In fact, most of the students come from, they take it as a parallel career because they come from IT backgrounds and things like that. And as you're saying, the competitiveness there, as makeup is being taught in many schools, but there is no, what the standards is I'm talking about. See, we are trying to map ourselves like London School of Makeup or something where we are technically very strong. So people have realized that, okay, because it's very important who the mentor is and where the training goes into. So that way we see ourselves definitely more edgy over the others, although we know that we have VLCC and we have, I think, Lakme and things like that coming up. Still, I think there is and the Lakme being a brand by itself, it cannot market other brands. So we are talking about teaching with multiple brands, because you can't teach just with one brand product. So there we have an edge, because that's where we are, like we teach with multiple international products and everything. So students get an awareness of everything, and multiple international brands are also tied up with us because of that, So I think we are still, we have placed ourselves in a good position as a makeup academy.
And Aarti ji, I remember, you've taken the last almost a year and a half to perfect the new launch that you've done for your academy. And I would like to maybe, ask what changes have you brought in, because you wanted your complete time to perfect the business model, see how it performs.
and then venture into bringing a potential business partner. So what changes have you brought in the last 1.5, 2 years when you were perfecting your business model, and also maybe introduction of courses and other elements which made a great proposition for somebody to partner with you?
Yeah, true, Sonia. We did take the time of a year and a half to understand the basic requirements as well. Okay. So, having said that, when we are having it as a career for students, you have so many things in mind when it comes to students. One, students financial, they come from all kind of classes. They come from the middle class or lower class, or a lot of them from upper class. So we have, made courses accordingly, where if they're still able to, there's an exit plan, or even after an initial class, they could, so we have designed courses even starting from 10,000 rupees, because we don't want to lose out anybody who wants to learn makeup. And they could probably become a basic makeup artist, or join the salon industry. And we have, of course, even tuned our complete diploma program into media, theater makeup, and also introduced special effects and prosthetics. So they also get it. So we've done a multiple changes. So, so we could run a full batch always. And we have students joining at all levels, from courses starting from 10,000 to 1 lakh onwards. But to be very frank, most of our pro courses, which is about 1 lakh, sells much faster, because when people have made decisions to take this course, they don't mind applying for a personal loan or something like that. And we have also tied up with some educational financial institutes where it supports them in education loan or something like that. So they don't have to, they can follow their passion and they can still take it forward. So we have made a lot of changes like that.
And what are the typical courses that we are offering in the academy, and how big the duration? Because you mentioned about 10,000 to 1 lakh is the almost bracket or the fee structure, so to say. But what are the various courses that we are offering, and typical duration of these courses which we offer to our students?
So let me actually start with the longest duration. The longest duration of a course is 12 weeks. Okay, we call it Diploma in Bridal Photographic Fashion and Hairstyling. Having said that, all our courses are progressive starting from week 1. Okay, so a student who just does only 1 week, we call it a foundation course, that's 10,000 rupees. So that person gets an idea of makeup, and it could be even somebody who's doing self-grooming or just wants to get an in-depth knowledge and can kickstart. A lot of times students, even of 10th standard or 12th, still want to check out what makeup is, but they don't want to take a course which is so much. So then there's an exit after 1 week. Then we have a 3-week program called the bridal makeup, because many people look at bridal as a very lucrative criteria. They become freelance makeup artists, or they assist people. So the 3-week program is 25,000. Okay, so they exit after 3 weeks and they become bridal makeup artists. Then we have a 5-week program called comprehensive, where we charge them 40,000. So they learn all this 3 weeks of bridal makeup, plus they learn 2 weeks of hairstyling and sari draping and tracing. So they become a complete bridal makeup artist, so that they're able to do hair, makeup, and draping. So at the 5th week, they can exit. Okay. Then we have a 6th week, which is also includes of airbrush. So they become a high-end, technically strong bridal makeup artist. They know makeup, hair, sari draping, and airbrush. After the 6th week, we completely move on to photographic and fashion. So then we have the first week or 2 weeks of photographic, where they learn to do portrait makeups and portfolios and cover pages, editorials, and black and white pictures. So they get a knowledge of how you have to work for photographic makeup. Then they go on to fashion makeup. They learn runway, mood boards, avant-garde, characters, and they do creative things. Then they go on to learning special effects and a little bit of media introduction, then editorial hairstyling, and then finally for all these students, whether it's from a 3-week student to a 12-week student, we have a portfolio day, which is an assessment day. So we hire a professional photographer and make them, the bridal, they completely do a nice looking. But recently we had one, a beautiful one. They showcase their work by dressing up them and everything. So they're industry ready. So when they have their own work to showcase and start their career. And that's helped them. Another thing which we beautifully do in our academy is we have a beautiful photo booth, and every time there's a different look. Every day in a lesson plan is a different look. They take beautiful pictures of their own model and they put it on their Instagram stories. So from the day they join the course, they're already we teaching them how to market themselves. So I think I mean, that's why I think most of them, when they go out, they're all very successful. They've already started working with TV channels, media. They do extremely well.
Sure. And Athaji, and I'll request friends, all of you can please go on the Q&A box. Whatever questions that you will post, we'll take it up. And we'll also set up, I did see somebody who wanted to talk to you, Athaji. So we'll take all the questions, friends, as
Sure.
we, in the next maybe 15 minutes of time. And we'll also set up maybe a day at the end of the presentation where we can get on a one-on-one call with Aarti for each interested, I would say, a prospect who's keen. Now, before I go on the business model, Aarti, I'd like to ask maybe one last question on the placements. I'm sure there are a lot of students coming in, and placements also become very important function for an academy. So is that also something which is integrated, and you have tie-up with the salons or the institutions where these students can be placed?
Yeah, very much. So as I said, placement is a very important thing. And I said, this is a career where they can either become a part-time career or a full-time career. So people who are off for a part-time career, they become bridal makeup artists, or they collab with photographers or stylists, and they do their work. People who do full-time, we do have tie-up with companies like, Mac and things like that, where they have an interview, their skill sets, and we send them, because many people call us for students, because obviously it's easier to get somebody who's already trained. A lot of people join media line, so we also connect them to media industry. I'm talking about TV channels for putting makeup for the news readers and all that. So we do guide them onto placement activities.
All right. Great. Now coming on the model, maybe friends, I'll reiterate, it's a FOCO model, franchisee-owned, company operated. And Aarti, we talked about an investment of 26 odd lakhs. Does this investment include the 4 lakh franchise fees along, or that's over and above?
Along that.
Okay, and the marketing fund is an extra, right? So that is not included in the initial investment. That is something which has to be paid on a monthly basis. Is that correct?
And yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. Now, if we understand broadly, Hatiji, what is the breakup of this 26 lakhs? It's a investment. I'm sure this includes your equipment, furniture, interiors. But broadly, if you can help us in understanding a breakup of this investment. And then I'd like to also talk about maybe the other expenses which are involved and maybe the kind of revenue which the outlet does, so that our investors have visibility on what their 30% revenue share would translate to. So maybe start off with our, maybe breakup on the investment of 26 lakhs, a broad breakup, and then we can go on the other.
Sonia, this 30% is for the brand. I think 70% is what they take through, right?
Okay, so you keep 30% and 70% goes to them.
Yeah.
All right. So 30% is the revenue share, where 30% is retained by the company and 70% goes to the investor. So Atashi, can we understand this 26 lakhs breakup?
Yeah, I'm just trying to open the file 1 minute.
Sure.
Archana, would you have the financial model with you? 1 second.
And while I think Archana is doing that, Archana, you have an access to the file?
Yes, ma'am. Just allow me 1 minute. It's opening. Just allow me 1 minute.
Yeah, I think I can manage. Hello.
Aarti ji, you're on mute. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This one I want to open. Hello.
Yeah, yes, yes.
How do you open this, expand the screen?
The page.
It's not expanding, Sonia, the screen.
Ma'am, you want me to open the file I opened for you?
Yeah, you can do that.
Sure.
Can you open this one? Yeah.
She's okay.
You opened it, okay? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I have
Sorry,
opened
sorry
it
for the
you.
delay.
You have to.
Yeah, sorry for the delay. Yeah, as Sonia was just asking us, like, what's the setup cost and what's why 10 lakhs, 26 lakhs. So as I've already explained initially to you, these are things of requirements. We need a reception area, classroom, and we're talking about 2 classrooms, a makeup studio, photo studio, and all that. Let's go to the setup cost. Can you open the setup cost, Archana?
Sure, ma'am.
So,
We are at the setup cost.
yeah, so it's about 1,300 square feet. So we're looking at, as I already said, it's a pre-designed interiors where every classroom only needs a mirror frame. We've already, we want to keep up the standards, and we have a beautiful design done across that. So it kind of works to, and it's only partitions and things like that. It kind of works to around 5,20,000, which is approximately 400 rupees per square feet. Then lighting is a very important factor for makeup. So each mirror has about 8 to 10 lakh lights, and talking about here, we teach with them warm and colors, and then we have it's air conditions and signage, which all comes to around 12 lakhs 85,000. Then you have your other equipments, which is your printer and your all those operational things, no projector, laptop, speaker, LED, and you can just run through. We have a digital camera, which is for regular pictures for your, classes. And we have a video and tripod, a lot of things are always recorded, and airbrush equipment. Then see, another thing here in this interiors we've included is a photo studio. And though in the entire revenue income, we have not even added the income coming from a photo studio, but it's a very highly potential income as well, because a lot of photographers hire photo studios also, and a lot of the students who work with models as well, it becomes a collab with them also. So the photo studio is another setup, and where revenue can come in as well. So that's another interior which is put as 1,50,000. So that is one. And can we come down, Archana? Can you just take it down? And yeah, another certification. So we are, as I told you, I've done the occupational standards for India. I'm also a governing council member with BWSSC, which is the Beauty and Wellness Ethical Council of India, which comes under skill ministry, and it's a body which controls, which takes care of all the beauty and wellness and things. So we get their certification, but also because our standards are up to the international, we also try to get an international certification called CIDESCO, which is because a lot of students take this and also travel abroad. It helps them in so many other things. And it's like always going to Harvard and studying, right? When you get an international certificate. So we get them CIDESCO. So for the initial, every center has to get affiliated. So there is an affiliation fees. And then there is a pre-launch marketing expense. And initially there is a stock investment. And later we have put it in the overhead, we have put up a certain percentage of stock, and it includes a franchisee fee. So everything together, it comes to what, 26,50,000. It could go up and down sometimes.
All right. Now, partly because the entire model is a franchisee owned, while entire operations are taken care by the company, what visibility the franchisee would have, on the business overall is one of the questions I have. And the second is also, will he have any role in the ongoing expenses? Is he expected to take care of the entire expenses in that 70% share that he
Yeah,
gets?
yeah.
And what visibility he would have on the ongoing business as such?
Visibility in the sense, see, I mean, he's going to be operating the center. Okay. See, we are trying to operate the center only because we want to maintain quality. Keep up the standards and having the experience. We don't want any trial and error. Because a little bit of anything which is doesn't keep up the standards will bring down the value of the brand, the quality, because it's all about training, right? And visibility in terms, I don't really get you. What kind of
Visibility, because he's not on the driving seat, so to say. The entire operations are taken care by you, as a business owner or as a franchisor, so to say. And he's somebody who's expected to take care of the expenses. So what visibility he would have on the income is one question. And second, because he does not have any control on people which will come in, or students, which has to be onboarded. Will he play any role in onboarding these, or entire onboarding of students will be responsibility with the company? So if we can define the responsibilities at both ends, the franchisee as well as you as a company, and also transparency in income and overall, revenue which the outlet would make, which also gives him visibility on the expenses, which ideally has to be taken care by him.
See, actually, he has, in fact, a lot of operation needs to be taken care by him. When I'm saying they're supporting, they're only talking about supporting in terms of marketing. But locally, he'll have to take care of all the walk-ins who's coming, and obviously the in-house person who's doing the administration will also take care of the, a little bit of the marketing activities, like helping up, putting up stories on Instagram, or there should be, he will be taking care of the center person. See, there will be a center trainer. We will only help in training the center trainer, and day-to-day operations, running of the center, everything will be handled by the franchisee there. Okay, so we as a brand will support from sending the master trainers, training the local trainer, centralized marketing, and trying to divert leads and things to the center. The center has to, the person there should be taking care of the operation. When we're company operated, is only in terms of making sure that everything is monitored and taken care.
Okay, so primarily it is owned and operated, I would say, then by the franchisee. The company would provide assistance. So you are providing assistance in setting up and training of the entire staff. Now, this brings me to another set of questions, Aarti ji. So, what is the potential income for the outlet? How long does it take to bring the first set of students, and that is that also a joint effort by you and the partner? Because we have talked about a very big component of 50,000 monthly on the marketing. What is that component used for? Is that component used for bringing or onboarding students, or that is also used for any other activity? And is that something that is spent by the franchisee, or that's something which is given to you as a company to spend?
See, we want to do centralized marketing. So obviously, but we will be opening individual pages per center. Like even if it's a Insta Facebook, it will be like now we have a center called Proad Chennai. So if it's Proad Bangalore, because we would do individual marketing per center. So that is why it is not like we'll do one brand marketing and then try to. So individually, each and every center will be given its importance, and there will be an individual marketing done per center. That's why this 50,000 is be used for online marketing, offline marketing activities, and to bring in more students. And we always looking at least signing up at least 10 to 15 students per month. 15 to 20 is what, and with multiple courses, and that's why we worked out even our projection of income. It comes to an average, because if somebody takes a pro diploma, it's a lakh, or somebody takes just a basic course, 25, on average comes to around 45 to 50,000 per person. And having said that, to be very frank, even during COVID times, we did well. Okay, because there's always an inflow and passion for people to learn. So I think after the first 3 months, the profit should start coming in. Okay. So we were looking at something like, somewhere between 6.5 to 7 lakhs, which will come as a monthly income to them. And I think the overhead for this running the place is not much, because it's like going to be having one admin and 2 trainers and a reception. We have already done that workout. And after 30% sharing, that is why we said the payback will be in 1 year, 10 months, which is, if you divide it, I think, they should be able to get at least about 2 lakhs profit, 2.5 to 3 lakhs per month.
Okay. And what typically, would be the cost of the staff which is recruited at the center, and what kind of rentals also you suggest? And out of the 7 lakhs revenue that we would make, which you said average of about 50,000 as a
See,
fee.
7 lakhs is something very minimal I'm talking about, Sonia, because I can easily say it is even 10 to 12 lakhs. That's the kind of revenue people are making, and even 50. But, want to start promising the correct amount, and if they get more, they're going to be happier, right?
Okay. Now, when we talk about this, what is the ideal, I would say margins the business offers to a partner? What out of this ideally should be your cost of manpower? What should be your rental for a 1,300 square feet of space? And what ideally is the cost of goods, which are or products which are used towards training?
Actually, it is all there, already there in the screen. Can we open the screen again and go to one of the pages? Yeah. The Excel sheet, Archana, is it possible for us to share that? Anyway, the rentals we were looking at somewhere between 40 to 50,000. So we don't want to, and it all depends again if it's Hyderabad, if we're taking a prime place, but it's actually 1,300 square feet. So we're looking at something like, 40 to 50 rupees per square feet. Okay. And the other questions you were asking me was
manpower, how many manpower?
Manpower is we're thinking of having 2 in-house trainers. So they could be anywhere from a salary of 20, 25 to 30,000. Okay. So we had actually said 25 or 50,000. And what we would also be doing is we'll be sending some master trainers. So master trainers probably will come up for a week in a center, and that will be a per day charges for the master. So they'll be additionally only adding on to paying up the master trainer on a per day basis. And you just need 1 local admin who's managing the center and a housekeeping. So it's only about 4 or 5 people. So if she opens the thing, I think we've already done the pricing on that. And the overhead, the stock, the overhead of the products is revenue sheet. Yeah. I think HR cost is what she's asking. Yeah. So we looked at a manager, trainer come makeup artist, makeup artist come front office, because we don't want an exclusive front office there, an office boy. Okay. So, and if you look at it, the salaries are already drafted there. And then, so the first year, second year, and third year is also drafted there. Now you can go to the revenue sheet, Archana. We can go to income projections. Can you go to that one, please? Yeah. So cost of consumables for the course is around 14%. Okay. And we also have this portfolio I told you, which is like end of the course. So that's about 1,000, and incentives. So we're also thinking that, sometimes there's a makeup studio, and even the staff can also take up some bridal makeups as an additional income. So that can also be promoted in the center as not only by training. So I said a couple of income which are not added here is the photo for hiring of the photo studio, and also in-house bridal makeups can happen with the same experts you have in-house. So that can also happen. Then we have electricity, communication, miscellaneous, and things like that.
So what we're seeing here is, on the year one, we have taken an average of about 7 odd lakhs, which you mentioned. It goes up to about 14 odd lakhs on a monthly basis by
Correct,
the time you hit maybe the last year of the business. And
correct,
which in turn translates to almost about 1 year, 10 months of your revenue projections, which includes the ROI, which the investor
correct.
can expect to come. And on the right hand side, friends, you can also see the year on year growth also in revenue, which we have taken on a very, very realistic terms, where from the first year to the second year, there's only a 20% incremental growth on the revenue on the courses that we've taken. Year three is 18%. We've taken even lesser because year two kind of optimizes and we're able to reach some kind of optimum throughput of the center. And year four also we've retained at the same pace, which is 18, and year five is the lowest increment that we've taken at 15%. So we've taken a very realistic incremental and progressive structure towards these courses. And the overall expenses put together, including your consumables and other expenses, should not go beyond 14% for your cost of product, I would say. And the rental should not ideally be more than 60 to 70 rupees, I would say, per square feet especially in South, because your security deposit typically are higher. It's anything starting 6 months onwards, which goes into security deposit, which we have not added here. And that is something additional you need to understand. And we'll also be happy to share with you the entire sheet of how we have worked it out, because it is very detailed sheet that we have taken into consideration, even the smallest aspect of utility, including electricity, maintenance, and other software renewal charges that we have taken here. So all put together, Aarti ji, this sheet I think is important, and I would request we will also share with some of our investors who have shown interest in this. And last
Sure.
thing which I wanted to pick up is also because these centers are run by an entrepreneur. These are franchisees who would run and operate, who according to you is an ideal partner, or a franchisee who should run and operate these businesses. One. And my second question would also be on the training aspect. What training is imparted to the franchisee? While we have talked extensively on the training given to the partners team, the franchisee team, which is recruited at the center recruitment, but what happens on the training of the franchisees?
See, basically, because Sonia, this is a lot to do with technical. Okay, and for me, I'm very particular that the same quality is maintained across all my centers. Okay. And so the moment I think we decide to open the center, I think the first, along with it, we will be deciding to also recruit the local trainer. Okay, with of course with prior experience and things like that. Having said that, we would want the trainer to run through our entire module, which is a 12 weeks, which is about 1.5 months at least. We'll do a train the trainer program with her concisely, at least for a month. Make me understand, because our lesson plan for 12 weeks, every day is a different lesson plan. We do not repeat anything. So that intensive is our classes. Okay. So we make sure that they're also trained upon top quality. Our main trainers and head trainers will train them. And that is why we're having this master trainers. Even I would be going around to all the centers personally also, and do sort of hands-on trainings with the team, because they definitely want to learn from the mentor and things like that. So all that support will be given on basis of training. And what is the other thing you asked me?
The other
Training
one,
is
the profile of franchisees or people you wish to partner with, and what is that it takes to become a successful entrepreneur, especially in a business like this, because very passionate and you come with a lot of experience yourself. So what it takes for somebody to become a success?
Yeah, so obviously technical part we're going to take. So somebody who has an edge for an entrepreneurship, okay, somebody who's looking at maintaining the standards. Making money is one thing, but also trying to run a quality place and and build up the value of the brand, so that and from an entrepreneur edge, look at the operations, taking care of the staff very well. And for marketing angles, also help in marketing in terms of supporting the ideas and things like that.
Helpful, Aarti ji. And before we close, what I will also request is, because we have some of our participants wanting to connect with you, we can do that even during the course of the day, depending on the availability, of course, at your end and at the end of, I would say, investors who have written to us. And friends, whoever would need the presentation, I see some email IDs also sent to us. So we'll share it with all of you, whoever is keen. do mention which city that you're interested to open. And if you own any properties that you wish to open, it will also help us in identifying if these are the right locations where we could open. And we can fix up a date, Aarti ji, sometime in the beginning of the next week or towards the end of this week, where you think we can bring some potential investors who can come on a one-on-one discussions with you, because I'm seeing some interest coming in. We'll see how much we can pick up today, but any other date that you want to share and we bring prospective investors to you for a call?
You tell me, Sonia, I'm open to it because this week I'm quite free, except that I think on 23rd and 27th, I've got some other event happening. We're again signing up with a very big event. Okay, so apart from 23rd and 27th, any other date you tell me, I'm there.
Sure. And you mentioned about the event, any big event which is happening where you want to maybe invite some of the potential investors to come and see? Is there
See, I told you, as an internship, we always tie up with multiple big events. So there's one coming up on 27th by a top designer from Coimbatore who's showcasing her thing with a lot of celebrity models. And so our students are again going to be doing the backstage work and we're part of it. So like that, we keep doing, and you won't believe that a lot of students really enjoy. So it's a lot of opening we give them. So one of such events is happening on 27th.
Okay, cool. See, do you think, can we do it on 24th, which is next week, same day, which is Wednesday? 24th is fine. We can block 24th.
Yeah, we can do that.
We'll also see if we can bring some investors today as they speak to you. We'll reach out to them. Friends, we put our hotline number in the chat box. Please take a note of that. If you wish to book your slot with Aarti ji, please send us a SMS, a call on this number, and we'll set up a call with her. And we'll also share the entire presentation and business plan that we put on the webinar today, so that you can have in-depth understanding and come with maybe these 30 minutes productive meeting that we can have. And before we close, Aarti ji, I'll request maybe a last piece of advice or word that you have for every woman entrepreneur or entrepreneur who want to become partners with you.
Thank you guys for patiently listening to me, and love to partner with See, one thing is, if you have an interest towards fashion and also clubbing passion with making money, I think this is a beautiful brand you should look into, because it's always there with growing in fashion industry and beauty industry growing a lot. This is one industry I think will always be successful. So looking forward to it.
Great, thank you so much, Aarti ji, and thank you for putting time. And we understand your work, your business really keeps you occupied all the time. And I'm hopeful all your prospective partners will also taste success working with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sonia. Thank you.
Over to you, Archana.
So thank you so much, Aarti ma'am, for joining us today.
Thank you,
thank you, ma'am. We would definitely come to you for one-to-one interaction with all our investors on 24th. We would like to thank Sonia ma'am, all the dear participants who have joined us today for this particular webinar. Please do reach out to us at our business hotline number, which is 9717683838. We have written this number in your chat box also. Do save this number in your phone book so that you get a regular updates from our side. Franchise India team is also available on all the different social handles, information on your screen. Please share your feedback and suggestions with us. You can also join Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am at their respective LinkedIn IDs, information on your screen. And tomorrow, under Business Opportunity with Chai webinars 270th edition, we invite you to do registration for Vulu. That's the brand we are bringing for you. It's India's first and only women's powder room concept, where the team would come and talk about how they have disrupted the market in this particular segment. So please do registration today at the same business hotline number so that you can join us tomorrow for this great opportunity. Thank you once again for joining in today. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Sonia.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.